Go and make a video on that. I don't give a damn. You're boring me now. I'm not speaking to him. I ain't speaking to him. He's on one. Go and get a job, buddy.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video from myself, Major Ben, and I do hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day. So this video idea came to me when I was watching a streamer on YouTube called Snapback Fusion Gaming. He was playing Sea of Thieves on his Xbox Series S. He claimed that the Xbox Series S loaded Sea of Thieves faster than the Xbox Series X. In the chat, I replied saying that this was due to higher resolution textures and frame rate in the Xbox Series X version. Now this is actually true. The Xbox Series X does load it faster than the Series X, and I am correct in saying that this is due because the Xbox Series X version of the game has a far larger file size and is a more detailed texture game, so it has more to load in. I'll explain that more later. Then he got a little bit upset as he was very rude and said things that I shouldn't probably repeat, and that I should go and get a job, which, by the way, guys, I do have a job. I'm an architect, so yeah, I have a pretty decent job, to be honest. And this is coming from the guy who's streaming in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, so good one there, bro. He also called me a very bad word which I probably shouldn't say, and it was very immature of him considering he has young kids that he's playing with on his game. And to be honest, saying that kind of stuff around them is just really bad and should not be coming from an adult such as himself. But anyway, you can see it in the clips here. I bleeped out the swear words because I don't want to, I don't want to have those kind of words on my channel.
Oh yeah, I watched a comparison video. The S, right, on this game anyway, loads in quicker than the X by like a millisecond. But wow, other than that, they're like pretty identical on other games that I've seen. The S has a lower res and frame rate and textures. See, you were saying it's about frame rate and textures. That ain't true though. Not in this game. This is identical to the X. It's only some games where they have to. I had to hide that dude, man. He's talking out of his ass. He's just talking too much and he's boring me there. This game is identical to the X. Don't know what you're talking about, lad. This he really thinks that he knows what he's talking about. Dude, you're fucking tripping. The S, no, all he's doing right is going off of what people have seen online. I own the S. I should know. The S runs at the same frame rate as the X. Go and make a video on that. I don't give a damn. You're boring me now. I'm not speaking to him. I ain't speaking to him. He's on one. Go and get a job, buddy.
So as you can see, this guy really seems to like me a huge amount, and he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, but he also claims the same about me. So let me show you what I know, and we'll talk about it. A simple Google search, though, would tell you that the Xbox Series X runs this game at 4K 60 FPS, and the Series S runs it at 1080p. And another simple Google search would tell you that since Season 1 was added to the game, the Xbox Series X now runs it at 120 Hz, which means 120 FPS at 1080p. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here. But unfortunately, people always believe that the system they own is always the best. I do understand that. I mean, did he really think that the system that has 8 more teraflops that are clocked at higher frequencies and 6 more gigs of RAM and a higher clocked CPU, not to mention the price tag being 200 more, would equate to something with the same performance in game? Really? If that were true, then there would be absolutely no point having a Series X. So I'm making this video to compare the differences in these systems so people have an idea of the performance differences. Just a quick one though, guys. If you have made it this far through the video, I want you to comment down below. Snapchat Fusion Gaming is the most intelligent specimen on the planet and knows exactly what he's talking about. That way I know you are a real one and you're watching the video all the way through and you guys are legends. So let's start off with the price here. So the Xbox Series X cost $499 or £449 here in the UK. The Series S cost $299 or £249 here in the UK. A $200 or pound price difference, but yet, according to this very intelligent specimen, the streamer says it's the same performance. Why even bother buying a Series X, guys? I guess I've wasted all my money getting the Series X for my bedroom and the Series S downstairs. I should have just got 2 Series S's, to be honest. I'm just so dumb, I don't know what I've been doing. But anyway, let's actually find out and figure out why the Series S is outperforming the Series X according to this guy. Let's get into the specs. So, on the Series X, we have an 8-core CPU clocked at 3.8 GHz or 3.6 if you enable simultaneous multi-threading. This is paired with a 12 teraflop GPU clocked at 1.825 GHz locked. You get 16 GB of GDDR6 RAM and a custom 1 TB NVMe SSD. This can support 4K at 120 FPS or 8K at 60. On the Series S side, you have a weaker but still amazing 8-core CPU clocked at 3.6 GHz or 3.4 GHz with simultaneous multi-threading. This paired with only a 4 teraflop GPU clocked at a lower 1.550 GHz. It has 10 GB of GDDR6 RAM and a 512 GB NVMe SSD. This can support up to 120 FPS at 4K. So this is a huge difference in power, a monumental difference. The CPUs are the closest part as they have the same CPU, but the one in the Series X is clocked higher. The GPU though is a massive difference. You have an additional 8 teraflops. To put this in perspective, an RTX 2060 in PCs is 6.5 teraflops and a 2070 is 10. You have a graphics card that's between a 2060 and a 2070 worth of additional power on the Series X. This is a lot of power. You have an additional 6 GB of RAM on the Series X and more storage space as well. But according to this guy, it doesn't make a difference at all, so we're all complete idiots for going out and buying a Series X. So let's ask the experts, right? So I actually agree with the game loading the same. Like with the Series S, it has less to load in, as I said. My point is the game is at a far higher resolution. This game is loading in 4K textures. It has more to load. For example, as you can see in this screenshot, as I've said, the Xbox Series S version only takes up 17 gigabytes. The Series X version takes up 47. Now why, if the game is the exact same, would it be less than double the size on the Series S? Well, that is because it has higher textures and more things to load in, as I have said. And that is because it has higher textures. It is playing the game at a far higher resolution, not to mention a 1080p 120 FPS, which is double the frames mode. Therefore, there is more for the console to load in, hence the slower loading time by like a millisecond on Series X. But let's have a look at some other games as well, since, we might as well talk about them. Right, so we have Control. What about Control Ultimate Edition? Let's take a look. Oh wait, higher frame rates and also higher resolution across both modes? What about Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Oh yeah, higher in resolution. But guys, to be honest, I can't be bothered with this. It's embarrassing. I don't want to go on about this too much more because it's just a waste of my time. You guys aren't thick, those of you watching the channel. You know the differences here. When you have that much more power on one system over another, it's obviously going to run things better and at a higher resolution and frame rate. It's pretty simple. And I want to make this really clear. I am not saying the Series S is a bad system in any way. I never have said that and I never would. You can actually look back on my video and see that I made a video about the Series S and recommended the system. Someone in my Discord called Kermit actually bought one and he loves it. It's a fantastic system for the price, but it is weaker than the Series X. It's obvious and it will run games at a lower resolution and frame rate than the Series X. That is just a fact, but this doesn't mean in any way that the system isn't a good one. And I don't mean any hate on Snapback Fusion Gaming. I know I troll and I'm a bit of an arsewipe sometimes, but at the same time, he was so rude to me and he was so wrong about what he was saying. It's quite embarrassing. And I just want to inform people the correct information because he's probably just got a bit wrapped up in what he's purchased, because some people, when they purchase the device, they think that they've got the best device and they don't actually understand that there are better things out there. And I don't want people being advised incorrectly and giving the wrong information where people actually go out and buy the other console thinking it is the more superior one. The Series S is a fantastic system, but of course it is less powerful than the Series X. The Series X is Microsoft's flagship system and the one that you buy for the best graphics and where the games look best on. Of course, naturally, with that much power, it's going to look better, and the Series X is the top and most powerful console ever made. Thank you guys for watching this video. I do hope you have enjoyed it. Please do consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Thank you guys. Bye for now.